Okay, Ma'am Rachel, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope that you can hear me, guys. And yeah, I'm so thankful to IPAS, to my IPAS family. And of course, aside from being the PNLE lead educator, I'm also an educator of NCLEX. So our topic for today is we have hyperthyroidism. So I will share my screen first. So yeah, everybody's scared, right? So we have here hyperthyroidism. So this is one of the common disorder that is asked in the local board exam. Okay, so what I did here, guys, is ADPI. So I know you are nurses, you know ADPI assessment, diagnosis. We have your planning, implementation, or intervention, and evaluation. So the first part is we will have your assessment. So it will be tackling all your risk factors. So tinatanong yan class. So for example, guys, if you are the nurse in the ER, di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng nakalagay talaga dyan sa noo ng patient na hyperthyroidism. So you should know. So if you suspect hyperthyroidism, okay, these are the possible causes. So number one, hey, write in your notes, we have your hyperplasia. Okay? Number one is hyperplasia. So when you say hyperplasia, guys, there is increase in cell number. Okay? Increase in cell number. Okay, so that increase in cell number class, okay, it will lead to your increase in cell size. Okay, so this will be the result. So increase ang thyroid. Apart from that one, guys, let's talk about also we have your nodules here. So possible the nodules which is considered multinodular. Okay, so marami. No? Okay, and guys, if ever the cause is malignant, okay, if it's malignant, guys, this is adenoma. Okay, so we have your adenoma. So again, we have your increased cell number. So that is hyperplasia. The meaning of hyperplasia is dumami ang number of the cells. So of course, kapag dumami ang number ng cells, lumalaki ang cell size ng thyroid natin. Okay? Ng thyroid gland natin. Okay? Now, but the very common exam question, guys, is autoimmune. So if tinatanong, sir, ano ba talagang cause ng hyperthyroidism natin? Okay, of course, I would like you to highlight this one, guys. So pag mag-lecture ako sa inyo, guys, so sinasabi ko talaga, oh, alert, alert. So when I say alert, guys, these are very common board exam questions. So I would like you to highlight that one. So if you have your highlighter, autoimmune. Okay? When you say autoimmune class, what happened here, there is an abnormal antibody. Okay? Abnormal antibodies. Okay? Attack own cell. Abnormal antibody attack the own cell. So, ina-atake. So, ang atakin sana ng antibody ang mga bakterya. Yun sana. Pero dito, guys, wala tayong magagawa, guys, pag sinabing autoimmune. Because parang nagiging ano sila, guys, na instead atakihin ang kalaban, which is ang virus, ang bacteria, mga toxins, ang kinalaban nila ang own cell. Okay. And that own cell is a thyroid gland. Okay. So, another question regarding this one is, okay, sir, what is being attacked? Okay. So, ang thyroid cells. Diba? The own cell or we have your thyroid. Okay, ang mga thyroid cells natin inatay. So, what ang magagawa nito, guys? Kapag nangyari ito, guys, okay, wala tayong magagawa. Okay? What is the exact cause of this one? It's unknown. But possible cause, I would like you to highlight what is the common cause of your autoimmune in your hyperthyroidism? It's your Graves' disease. Okay? So, one possible cause is your Graves' disease. Okay, so I would like you to highlight this one, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Now, how about next? Thyroiditis. So, the third one is thyroiditis. So, of course, alam natin, guys, pag sinabing itis, okay, there is an inflammation. So, positive for inflammation. So, may pamamaga. Okay? May pamamaga class. And this will be chronic. Okay? So, it's a chronic inflammation of the thyroid gland. So, it can also lead to hyperthyroidism. Okay? And the next one, okay, Jod-based dose effect. So, kasi Jod-based dose effect, ano ba to, sir? Okay, parang ngayon lang namin ito naririnig, sir. So, this is your excessive intake of your what? Excessive intake your T3 and T4 or the thyroid hormones, no? Okay, so I can say it could be your T3 and T4. So I'll just write it here. So we have your excessive intake of your T3 and the T4 or the hormones, guys. Okay, the hormones. But again, if tatanungin kayo sa board exam, what is the most common? This one, the autoimmunity. Because pag inatake ito, guys, it releases your T3 and T4. So dadami po yan. So, basically, pag tinatanong kayo sa board exam, anong problema pala ng hyperthyroidism, sir? So, ang problema nito, guys, tataas ang T3 and T4. Okay? So, again, review natin ha. What are the possible causes of hyperthyroidism? Number 1 is hyperplasia. So, dumami ang mga number of cells. Okay? It could be caused by your adenoma. Okay? Which is a tumor. Okay? In the thyroid gland. Then, second is autoimmune. But, of course, guys, I just put it as the second one because I have a mnemonic supposed to be hot. But I added a John Basil's effect. But if you will be asked what's the most common, ang sagot natin, autoimmune. Okay, autoimmune. So, clear, guys. Yeah, very good, no? RN by 2025. Very good, very good, very good. So, those are the possible cause. Those are your assessment. Now, here we go. So, anong problema natin dito, sir? Ang pinaka-importante natin dito, guys, malalaman anong problema para ma-connect natin sa signs and symptoms. Okay? So, guys, here we go. So, what's the problem of your hyperthyroidism? So, problem, guys, is arrow down. This is now your pathophysiology. So, increase, we have your T3. The other term for T3 is triiodothyronine. Okay. Triiodothyronine. And then the other one is T4. Okay. So, the other term for T4 is thyroxine. Okay. So, increase. So, that's the main problem. Okay? That's the main problem of hyperthyroidism. Yun ang problema talaga natin. So, sir, anong mangyari dyan, sir? So, always remember, guys, kapag endocrine, ay function talaga ng endocrine, lalo ng thyroid gland, is taga-regulate. Diba? It regulates. So, ang first one i-regulate niya, guys, is the oxygen. Okay? The oxygenation. So, if ever mataas na, ang problema, increase. Okay? So, when you say hyperthyroidism, increase. So, if increase ang oxygen consumption, okay, so I'll just put here, class, okay, increase oxygen consumption, what are the signs and symptoms, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, so number 1, your patient will become hyperactive. So ito na po, guys, ang mga signs and symptoms natin, hyperactivity. Okay, so if ang patient may hyperthyroidism, hyperactive ang patient, guys, grabe active, no? And number 2, of course, class, hindi siya makatulog, guys. So, there will be I for insomnia. Okay? So, by the way, these are the 2 common signs and symptoms also natin. Okay? So, take note of that one, ha? Okay? So, hyperactive. So, tingnan nyo, kapag maraming nagagamit na oxygen, you'll become hyperactive. Okay? Pag kulang ka naman sa oxygen, you'll become sleepy. So, yun ang opposite sa hypothyroidism. But, ngayon, focus muna tayo sa hyperthyroidism. And another one, we have your nervousness. Okay, so, okay, nervousness and possible, we have your tremors. Okay, nervousness and tremors might happen. Okay, and the next one, guys, we have number 2. Okay, so the next one is increase ang ating body heat production. So, one of the functions of your T3 and T4 is to regulate the body production. So, mag-increase siya. So, guys, if ever mag-increase siya, what will be the signs and symptoms? Okay, of course, number 1, heat intolerance. Okay, so magkakaroon tayo ng heat intolerance. Okay, number 2, what else pa, sir? So, of course, there will be increased sweating. Okay, or diaphoresis. Okay, increased sweating and diaphoresis. Okay, so I think it's almost time. Okay, so I'll just finish this one, guys, to cut it off, guys. Okay, and of course, guys, we have your hyperthermia. Okay, hyperthermia. So usually, guys, kapag mataas ang temperature natin, diba, pinapawisan tayo, diba? Kapag mainit ang katawan natin, pinapawisan tayo because that is the body's mechanism. So, by the way, I would like you to highlight kapag may hyperthyroidism, there is heat intolerance at saka hyperthermia. Okay? And the skin, guys, what will happen to the skin nurses? Your skin is warm and moist. Okay? Warm and moist. Okay, so I think that's it for now, for the first part. Okay? We will continue, guys, after a talk, no? Okay, Sir Ryan, I think I will give the floor to whoever is the next one.
So I'm not here to gloat. I'm not here to tell you about, ito nangyari sa akin sa buhay ko, and look at me now, look where I am now. But I just want to let you know that there will be struggles, okay? You will encounter challenges. You might fail, you might fall. But if there's one thing that I learned from my personal story, from a nurse in the Philippines who didn't have anything to be where I am now, is that
Okay?
things will not always be as they seem, but you will reach the unreachable star as long as you keep on pushing. No? So before I became a nurse, there were 5 obstacles in my life na parang push through and made me question if I will ever be a nurse at all, or I will ever move outside of the Philippines. Our house got washed away by a flood, Typhoon Haima, and all of my cases, sa labor and delivery, operating room, it got washed away. So I had to recall and go back to operating room in DR para i-repeat yung cases na yun. I wanted to be a top-notcher, but then it didn't happen. So syempre, parang, it shattered my heart, di ba? Your dreams. I know a lot of you wants to be top-notchers, and I want you to push through with it. But just remember that that is not the final goal. The end goal is always to become a good nurse, because this is what will take you places, and this is what really matters. After I graduated and got my license, on the day I got my license sa PNLE, I was riding a jeepney to get to the licensing center ng PRC. And then, nahulog ako sa jeep. So this arm is broken. It has like a steel plate here.
Okay?
So after graduating, all my friends, they were already into the nursing field, nasa hospitals na sila, and I was still recovering for around 6 months. And at the same time, I was meant to process for my immigration. I wanted to go to the UK because I have family there, and also I was a huge Harry Potter fan and a Sherlock Holmes fan, so that was more of the reason why I wanted to go to the UK. But because my arm got broken, all my funds napunta sa hospital costs, diba? And then I borrowed money from someone, and then finally I was able to process to move abroad. And then COVID happened, so na-stuck ako sa Manila. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the best view comes after the hardest climb. So where you are right now, the hurdles and the struggles that you have is studying for the NLE. And I don't want you to be too fixated as well. And after ng LLE, ito na talaga, because there will be more. But this is a speech for encouragement and not to parang belittle you. Because if I could place myself in your shoes right now, going back 6 years when I was still trying to pass the PNLE, I honestly would not imagine myself to be where I am right now. I would not have thought that I would travel the world, see places, go abroad, and be where I am right now, have a car, all those things that we thought are just parang, kaya ko ba to? So I had imposter syndrome, but reach for the unreachable star. And if things don't happen, always remember that things happen for a reason. So to end my talk, I just want to share a Bible verse from Proverbs 3:5-6, which says, "Trust the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your paths." So, kung I'm from Cebu, sa Bisaya pa kay dasig lang, laban, adya, however you wanna say it. But I want you to continue to keep your head high, but keep your heart humble. A lot of things can happen along the way, But then if you set your goal right to where you want to be, I am very sure that you can do it. And always remember why you started in the first place, which is that you will be a good nurse, which is that you will be a servant leader. You will become a vessel of God's love, no? And then you would not imagine how many people all across the world sees Filipino nurses as a beacon of hope. No, I've talked to a lot of people, and when you say, where are you, when they ask, where are you from? And I say, I'm from the Philippines. All they say is that, oh my God, I love Filipino nurses. So for me, it's not just about the technicality. It's not just about our brains and passing the NLE. It's also our heart. So keep that in mind. Keep your heart in check. And if you have any questions whatsoever with regards to your direction as a nurse, you know, do you want to go to the Middle East? You want to go to the UK? Do you want to go to America? What are the differences in the nursing practice between there, and why I wanted and chose these countries in the first place? Feel free to always reach out to me in my Facebook page and Instagram. So I started that page because I wish I had a parang elder brother or parang higher year that I could ask for questions, you know, like about comparison from different places in nursing practice. So that is why I made that page. Feel free mag-send lang kayo ng message and I'll try to respond as soon as I can. So, ayun lang. And just remember, libre lang nangarap. And if anything happens, delay is not a denial, and rejection is just a redirection from God. That's all. So, good luck sa inyong lahat, and I wish you all the best in your journey. No? And keep your head high, keep your head strong, and always remember to pray.
Thank you, Sir Aaron, for that very inspirational talk to our future RNs by 2025 po, Sir Aaron. Maraming salamat at nagkaroon po kayo ng time. I know that you're very busy, yet andito kayo sa amin sharing your story and providing insights sa ating mga future RNs. So, yan guys. Always remember to have big dreams and push it kung ano man yung dreams natin, because we know that you are going to make it. So long as you have a clear goal kung ano yung gusto nating marating, and always pray to the Lord that He will make it happen for you because He just wants the best for you. Thank you, Sir Aaron. And guys, if you want to follow, please follow the social media platforms of Sir Aaron. Ito yung Facebook page niya, Aaron the RN. Ayan. So, meron din siyang IG, Aaron the RN din. Please follow his social media accounts. Ang dami niyang sinishare and ang dami niyong matutunan sa life niya as a nurse, which can be an inspiration for you kung saan niyo man gustong pumunta. Ayun. Thank you, Sir Aaron. And Sir, over to you again.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Rachel. And Sir Aaron, thank you. Oh, guys, follow Sir Aaron, guys, for a lot of inspiration. And it's really true. Sometimes we are so focused on our goal of passing, but here, guys, in iPass, we want you to enjoy the journey, because it's the journey plus that will make it worthwhile. No, it's not only the result. I want to top, but nurses, I tell you this, it's the journey that really counts. Okay, so before anything else, let's continue. Okay, our discussion. So, guys, I would like to have this one again. Okay, so for a while, guys. Okay. So, again, one of the function of your T24 is to regulate the body production. So, that's the normal. But what makes it abnormal right now, kapag meron kang hyperthyroidism, is tumataas ang body heat production. Okay? That's why it will lead to hyperthermia. Diba? So, we all know when you say hyperthermia, increase ang body temp. Okay? Then, of course, naiinitan ng pasyente palagi. And the skin is warm and moist. Okay? Now, number 3, another function of your T3 and T4 is to regulate the metabolism. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So, arrow down, metabolism. But again, what's the problem in your hyperthyroidism? Increased metabolism. Okay? So that's why what will happen to the patient, guys? So, dito natin maintindihan, kaya pala, sir, kapag may hyperthyroidism, grabing appetite. Grabing appetite. But, for example, in the board exam class, you might be encountering different words, not only increased appetite, ravenous. Grabe kung kumain plus kung samang inasal pa, guys, pa ilang exercise ang naubos na to. Okay, sa akin, 6, guys. But ngayon, guys, of course, nagpa-check up man kami ng annual check up kami kapon. Sinabihan ako ng doktor na kailangan ko ng 1 cup of rice. Kasi overweight ako sa BMI. Okay. Anyway. But ito, guys, ang problema dito is grabe yung appetite ni patient. Because of the increased metabolism, your patient still has weight loss. Di ba? So kayo, guys, huwag kayong ma-envy, huwag kayong ma-jealous kapag ang patient, grabe man itong kumain, sir. Pero bakit payat pa rin? Huwag kayong ma-jealous, guys, because baka may hyperthyroidism yan. So, dalawa lang yan. Grabing kumain, sir, pero payat pa rin. Dalawa lang yan. Baka hyperthyroidism or baka may bulate. And another one, guys, what else? So, nurses, we will have your diarrhea. Okay? Possible also because of the increased metabolism, diarrhea might also happen. So, by the way, I would like you to highlight this one. Please highlight common weight loss, and we have your diarrhea. Okay. And next one, let's proceed to the next one. Another one, guys, another function of your T34 is to regulate the cell activity. But if there is a problem, diba, there is again increase. So, again, hyperthyroidism. So, everything is increased. Okay? So, nurses, what will be the signs and symptoms? So, dito natin ma-relate, kaya pala, sir, mataas lahat ng vital signs. Okay? Anong mga matataas sa vital signs natin dito? Okay, of course, mataas. Okay, alam na natin, mataas ang temperature kanina, right? Then, blood pressure. What else? Heart rate. Mataas din ang heart rate, guys. Okay? What else? Wait lang. Baka itong laptop ko, guys. Okay. What else? Aside from the heart rate, of course, the RR. Everything is increased, guys. Okay? So, for ang temperature, hindi ko na lang isusulat kasi nasulat ko na kanina ang temperature natin. And of course, we have your possible also, ang patient, yung activity or cell activity sa mga eyes natin. So, very common also ang exophthalmos. Okay? So, we have your exophthalmos. So, we have your bulging of the eyeballs. No? Okay, so we have your bulging of the eyeballs. Okay. And another one, dito, guys, menstruation, guys, is my amenorrhea. Okay? Your patient will have your amenorrhea or absence of menstruation. Okay? Or negative mens. No? So, to summarize it, para madali lang para sa inyo class. Okay? Itong dapat tandaan natin, ha? Okay? Kailangan may summary tayo. Alert. Pag sinabing hyperthyroidism, everything is increased. All are increased. Except para mas madali sa inyo, except the weight and the menstruation. Right? If you can remember, what happened to the weight, ladies and gentlemen? Weight loss or weight gain? Weight loss or weight gain? Okay, very good, Mom Cyril. Okay, how do you pronounce your name? Zero. Gaixi. Okay. So, guys, we have your weight loss. Okay, sorry for that, Ma'am Cyril. Okay, if I was not able to pronounce your name well. And the menstruation is, of course, absent. Okay, so we have your amenorrhea. Okay, so, yan. That's the first principle, guys. So, everything is increased except the weight and the menstruation. Okay? And another principle that natin dito, guys, is everything, okay? Everything is wet. So, ano yun, guys, ha? Ano yung sabihin ng wet na to, sir? Of course, the diaphoresis is there, right? Everything is wet. The diaphoresis, look at the skin. The skin is warm and moist skin. And of course, the diarrhea class. Diba? So, that is the summary. Di ba? Madali lang intindihin. Ay, oo, sir. So you don't have to memorize everything, guys. To summarize it all, lahat increase hyperactive, hindi makatulog, di ba? Vital signs are increased. Everything is increased except your weight and menstruation. So because may amenorrhea si patient nito. Okay? So by the way, guys, I would like you to highlight this one. So kapag nag-notes kayo dyan, so hurry sa mga lahat ng nag-notes dito, no? Exophthalmos, highlight that one. And of course, the weight loss, guys. And we have your amenorrhea. And very common is diarrhea also. Okay? So those are the signs and symptoms. Now, let's go now to your diagnostic test. Of course, the doctor wants to know if these are, if it is really hyperthyroidism. Okay, so yan ang exophthalmos natin, guys. Di ba? Lumalabas na ang eyeballs. So, bulging of the eyeballs. Okay. Now, how about diagnostic test? Okay, so basically, class, we have the blood. Or sometimes plus blood test natin. So, we have the normal here. Okay, so first is the T3 and the T4. This is the one that I really want to emphasize. Okay? So, the doctor will order this one in order to know, to confirm na, ay, hyperthyroidism talaga to. So, guys, what will happen here? Of course, alam na natin resulta, guys. So, increase ang T3, increase ang T4. These are the normal value. Okay? So, 80 to 200 ng per DL ang T3. T4 is 4 to 11. So, at least, class madali lang si T4, guys. Kasi T4, so 4 din class. Right? The TSH. So, you might be wondering, what would happen to the TSH, sir, kapag meron ng hyperthyroidism ang patient? Guys, ang TSH, guys, mag-decrease po yan. So, bakit mag-decrease ang TSH? That is the thyroid-stimulating hormone. Decrease siya if may sakit na. Because, di ba, what will happen to your endocrine kapag sobra, may dyan pa na, stop na sa pag-release ng T3 and T4. So, si TSH kasi ang mag-stimulate sa thyroid gland para mag-release ng T3 and T4. So, pag may sakit na, mag-decrease siya. Pero wag malito, guys. If ang tanong class is cause, you can answer increase TSH kapag cause. Pero pag may sakit na, mag-decrease na po siya. Kasi tumaas ang T3 and T4. Okay? Pero we will focus on the two here, guys. Okay? So, ayan, kukuha ang medtech ng blood sample. So, i-check yan, guys. Okay? Now, how about number 2? Okay? So, I think this is very easy lang, guys. You know the normal value and then the result increase. So, if it is increased, guys, positive for hyperthyroidism. Okay? Next one, number 2, radioactive iodine uptake test. Okay, so regarding this one, it measures the rate of what? So, min-measure dito ang rate of your utilization. The uptake means utilization of the T3 and the T4. So, kung mabilis ba ang paggamit. So, ang procedure lang nito, guys, is of course check for, since we are using an iodine allergy. Okay? Check for the allergy of iodine. Pero hindi iodine ang lumalabas sa board exam. So, sir, anong lumalabas sa board exam, sir? So, we have to check for seafoods. Okay? So, seafoods or we have your shellfish. So, tanongin mo pasyente, allergic ka ba sa crab? Allergic ka ba sa shrimp? Oh. Okay? And then, administration of iodine 131. So, ipa-oral yan ni doctor or ng medtech. And then, this is the result. Okay? So, dito kasi, pag sinabi kasing uptake, paggamit ng iodine, kasi ang iodine class is one of the mineral that is being used by the thyroid. Okay? Ito produce T3 and T4. Ang thyroid ang nag-produce ng T3 and T4. So, it measures the rate of utilization of the T3 and T4. So, if ever class, so, sir, anong normal na value, sir? 3 to 10%. Pero guys, if more than 10%, what does it mean? This indicate hyperactive. Okay? Hyperactive thyroid cells. Hyperactive thyroid cells. So that means class na mabilis ang paggamit. Or guys, you can answer overactive thyroid cell. So that means what, sir? That means hyperthyroidism. That means hyperthyroidism po tayo dyan, class. Okay? So that's it. Now, how about number 3? Let's go to number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Your number 3, guys, is thyroid scan. Okay, so sa thyroid scan, direct to the point na po tayo, guys. Okay? So, result. So, positive for enlargement. Okay? There is enlargement of the thyroid. Okay? Enlargement of the thyroid. So that means the thyroid is overworked, overactive, diba? Like a muscle, kapag sobrang gamit ang muscle, lumalaki yung mga muscles natin. So dito, lumalaki ang thyroid gland. Okay? So that's the thyroid scan. So enlarged thyroid gland. Okay? Now, how about next, guys? Let's proceed. Okay, so sir, ano mga nursing management natin dito, sir? So let's talk about first the drugs. Okay? Sorry guys, nauna yung natin, guys. Right. But anyway, let's just focus on the common board exam question. Kasi pag-review na kasi, guys, what we are doing here is to provide you a common possible question on your actual exam. Okay? Hindi na to tulad ng college na cover to cover yung pagbabasa ng libro natin. Diba? So, ang purpose natin ng review is to make this one easier for you. Okay? So, ang goal natin dito, guys, kapag hyperthyroidism, ganito kasi yan pag endo. Kapag sobra, bawasan. Pag kulang, dagdagan. Yan talaga ang ano natin. So, dito, guys, sobra. Right? Sobra ang T24. So, anong gagawin natin? Bibigyan ng gamot thioamides. And there are 2 types of anti-thyroid drugs. So, thioamides is one. So, how, sir? Or what are the drugs, sir? PTU and Tapasol. So, ito yung mas sikat, guys. Ito yung palaging lumalabas sa exam natin. Okay? So, what is the action of the drug? Okay? So, as what I have told you, kapag sobra, bawasan. Okay? So, anong ginagawa, sir? It blocks the production of T3 and the T4. So, anong mangyari dyan, class? So, ang result is it decreases your T3 and the T4. Pero ang style ng exam natin, guys, is chine-check talaga ng mga BUN kung naintindihan pa talaga ng estudyante. So, sir, how do you know that that is effective? So, a sign of effectiveness, ganito na po mga style ng pagkatanong ng exam natin, guys. We have your adequate sleep, okay? What is a sign of effectiveness? Adequate sleep. Bakit, sir? Tingnan nyo, class, ang signs and symptoms kanina, insomnia, hindi makatulog. So, pag tinatanong na tayo ng exam, okay, the patient is given PTU. The patient has hyperthyroidism. What is a sign of effectiveness? Adequate sleep. Okay. How about next? So, sir, side effect. Sorry, guys. This is hypothyroidism. Okay, sorry for this. Sorry for that typo error. Hypothyroidism signs and symptoms. So, baliktad na. Everything is decreased. Diyan? And guys, itong dapat kong tandaan natin, guys, please highlight this one. When you are taking this kind of drug, common adverse effect is agranulocytosis. So how do we know if there is agranulocytosis sign and symptom? We have your fever and sore throat. So ito na po yung mga tinatanong sa board exam, guys. So paano ba ito tanongin sa board exam? Nurses, ang tanong nito, which of the following should you assess that needs notification of the doctor? Okay, answer, sore throat and fever. So if the patient is taking this drug and then nagkakaroon ng sore throat and fever, notify physician. Okay? Now, how about next question? Okay, question to pregnant. So mag-ingat sa mga buntis. So that's why guys ask for LMP. Okay? So what if pregnant? Anong gagawin natin, sir? Notify the doctor. Okay? Because itong Tapasol, hindi talaga ito pwedeng ibigay kapag buntis. Because it can cause teratogenic effect, it can cause congenital defect. Pero si PTU, kapag kailangan talaga, buntis siya, pero kailangan talaga ng gamot, pwedeng i-adjust ni doctor to the safest possible dosage. So that's why you need to notify the doctor if buntis. Okay? So, how do we ask the patient if buntis? Hindi naman pwede natin sabihin, patient, buntis ka ba? Para discrete class, LMP lang, diba? When is your last menstrual period? So that's why pero guys, if ang patient is obvious na buntis, mga 6 months na 7 months, wag mo nang tanungin, guys, diba? Patient, buntis, baka sabihin ng patient, hindi, age mo ito. Okay, so I'm gonna ask for the LMP, okay? And next one, okay? By the way, I would like you to highlight this one. This is an actual board exam question before. Okay. Now, letter B, another drug. Another drug, guys, is iodides. So I say iodides, we have Lugol solution. So mostly we have your Lugol solution nurses and the SSKI, mga solution po ito sila. And what is the action of the drug? Your action is blocks the release. Kanina, si thioamides blocks production. Okay? Ito guys, blocks the release. See the difference? And these are solution, mga solution, mga gamot ito. Okay? But how is it asked in the board exam? Paano ba ito tinatanong sa board exam? Ang goal. So pag ma-block ang release of the T3 and the T4, the goal here, class, is it reduce, okay, the thyroid. So that's okay, the thyroid size. Okay? But ito yung pinaka-importante talaga or very common goal, it decrease the vascularity. Okay? So, guys, I would like you to highlight this one. This is a very common board exam question, no? Okay, so pag sinasabi ko, highlight, guys, highlight talaga yan, class, no? I-alert talaga po yan. So, as I decrease vascularity, what do you mean by this one? It decrease bleeding. So, this is used before surgery. Okay? It can be used as a pre-op. Okay? Pre-op med. Okay, for this one. And then, another one, side effect, iodism signs and symptoms. So, that's why, direct to the point na lang tayo dito, guys. Anyway, we're not talking about pharma here. So, metallic taste. So, how do you manage the metallic taste? Mixed with water and fruit juice. So, by the way, I would like you to highlight this one. Okay. And next one, teeth staining. Another possible side effect of the iodides is the teeth staining. So, that's why nurses, okay, use straw. So, yan ang mga common exam questions. So, direct to the point na tayo, guys. Huwag natin magpaligoy pa. That is the purpose of your review, no? Apart from this, what else pa, sir? We can also have beta blockers. So, the action of the beta blockers is it block the peripheral conversion of inactive T4 to active form T3. And the drug of choice is propranolol. Diba? So, if you're familiar with beta blockers, okay, these are olol-olol. There. And then another one, it will also help, it also helps decrease the heart rate. Okay? Decrease the heart rate. And the last one, okay, sir, ano ba to, sir? Yes, this is your radioactive iodine or the internal radiation. Okay, so by the way, let's say internal radiation, this is the oral one. So the iodine 131. So guys, when you say radiation, anong ginagawa natin dito, sir? So it destroys, okay, the overactive cells. Okay? So it destroys the overactive thyroid cells if the problem is hyperthyroidism. Pero if the problem is cancer, class, it also destroys the cancer cells. Okay? It also destroys the cancer cells or the malignant cells. No? Okay. If malignant or if thyroid cancer. Yan. Okay? So, yan ang gamit ni radioactive. Okay? So, kapag hyperthyroidism ang situation, destroys the overactive thyroid cell. Kapag ang situation is cancer or malignancy, it destroys the cancer cell. Okay, so that's it. Now, let's proceed, guys. Okay, next one is surgery. So, another possible na gagawin is the surgery. So, the doctor will give the patient options. Anong gusto mong option, patient? Gamot, ito, or surgery? So, if ever magpa-surgery ang patient, of course, wala nang iba. Diba? From the words of ectomy, so that is removal, okay, of the thyroid. So, guys, what are the possible management for this one? Of course, pre-op, okay, baseline vital signs. Anong drug ang binibigay para hindi mag-bleeding? Can you still remember that one? Iodides. You can answer, guys, Lugols. No? Okay, yes, that's your iodides class. And of course, alam natin what's the reason why? Decrease ang vascularity. Okay? because your thyroid is a highly vascular organ. What do you mean by highly vascular organ? Madugo. So pag mag-surgery, plus there is a high risk of bleeding. Okay. And the pulse of care. This is now the very important thing. So how do you position the patient? Number 1 is semi-Fowler's. Number 2 is priority, of course, airway. And guys, very important thing, guys. I would like you to highlight this one. What should be at the bedside, sir? So yung nasa bedside is you have your tracheoset. Okay? Nurses. Please. Okay? I-highlight talaga to. Okay? Ang tracheoset natin. Di ba? So, guys, to tell you honestly, guys, I've been working as a nurse educator, sabi pa ni Ma'am Rachel, for almost 20 years, no? Mag 2 decades na ako, guys. So, I've been into this industry, so I know some of the very common possible question na lalabas. But of course, hindi natin masabi na lalabas na agad to, guys. Hindi naman ako BON. Pero, I can detect. But I think right now, I'm proud to say, guys, that one of our lecturer here na IPAS is a very good one, especially for Palmer. Huwag kayong matakot, guys, because she's a doctor and she's so good in Palmer. And remember, ang lumalabas last May, it's Palmer, Prof. and Leadership Management and Research. I tell you this, you will love our educator for the IPAS with that topic, guys. Okay? So now next one. Okay, let's move on. Okay? And this is your tracheoset, by the way. We have to monitor complication. Okay. So what are the possible complications? This is still under post-op. So pagkatapos ng surgeries, again semi-Fowler's position. Second one is priority airway. Third one, what should be at the bedside? Bedside equipment, tracheoset. Okay, highlight tracheoset. And what are the complications of the surgery, sir? Number 1 is hemorrhage, guys. Because of course, we all know, right? So dressing, check the dressing. Check the hematoma and the swelling. Okay, so check everything. Go lang, sir. Thank you. Okay, go ahead lang, sir. Right? And of course, we have your management. Okay, assess, guys, behind the neck. Okay, you might be questioning, sir, di ba ang surgery dito sa harap? Bakit i-slide mo ang kamay mo behind the neck? By virtue of gravity. Okay? By virtue of gravity. So, behind the neck. So, check natin, guys, kung na-soak ba si dressing with the blood, may mga hematoma formation ba, may mga swelling ba. Okay? So, again, behind the neck, class Y, by virtue of gravity. Then, we have your eyes color, because the purpose of this one is for the vasoconstriction para ma-minimize ang bleeding. Okay? And, of course, do not hyperextend the neck. Huwag kang tumingala, guys. Okay? Because baka masira ang suture line. Okay? So, this is to prevent, okay, tension. Ayan. On the suture line. Baka masobrahan ka sa pagtingala, guys. Makunit lang yan, guys. So, mag-bleeding. So, again, check for behind the neck. Okay? By virtue of gravity. How about the second one? So we are done with the first complication. Second, we have 3. Actually, there are other complications, but we have to choose the top 3, guys, that are very common in the exam. Laryngeal nerve damage. Okay, because remember, nurses, your larynx is near in the thyroid. So there is a tendency, like for example, these are the laryngeal nerve, guys. Okay, these are the laryngeal nerves. So this one. So there might be accidental na makat ang laryngeal nerve. So what are the signs and symptoms, sir? Voice loss, hoarseness, okay? And it becomes permanent, okay? It becomes permanent, okay? If there is damage in the laryngeal nerve. So for the management, how do you assess? Guys, I would like you to highlight this one. Ask the patient to speak. Okay? Ask the patient to speak. That is your assessment kung makapagsalita pa ba siya. Okay? And if ever, guys, okay, if positive hoarseness, rest the voice. Kasi first 3 days, expected may hoarseness. Okay? Normal siya if mag-subside. Pero kapag nag-prolong siya, is nag-permanent ang hoarseness, baka ng nerve damage in the larynx. Okay? So again, if there's no damage, mag-subside lang si hoarseness. Okay. Now, next one. Ito, this one, ang number 3. Itong pinaka-importante, guys. Very, very common sa exam. Hypocalcemia. Okay? Hypocalcemia. Sir, bakit magka-hypocalcemia, sir? This is due to the accidental removal of the parathyroid gland. Kasi ang parathyroid gland, for example, itong thyroid gland natin, okay, ang parathyroid gland, naka-attach po yan. Apat na parathyroid gland, naka-attach po yan sa thyroid. So, pag tinanggal si thyroid, possible din na ma-accidentally remove ang parathyroid gland. Okay? So, baka ma-remove ang parathyroid gland, which is responsible for the regulation of the calcium. So, kapag ma-remove si parathyroid gland, mag-hypocalcemia pala tayo, guys. Okay? So, how do we know that there is hypocalcemia? This is a board exam question. No? Very common. We have your Vostek sign. Okay? So, how do you elicit that? Paano ba natin gagawin, sir? So, i-tap lang si cheek. Okay, so CH din ito, guys. Vostek CH. Then, tap the cheek. And then, ang resulta is mag-positive twitching. So, pag ganun mo, class, kay pasyente, ang pasyente gumana ba, ay, positive. Positive sa Vostek sign. Ay, sorry, bakit blue ito? Okay? So, highlight this one. Board exam question po yan, ha? Okay, number 2, sir. Ang letter T. Ang letter T is Trousseau sign. So, pag sinabing Trousseau sign, i-BP po yan mga nurses. Okay, BP kamay. Then, pag BP sa kamay, class. So, sir, anong result? R means result. Positive sa spasm. So, kapag gumanon ang kamay, pag BP, guys, pag gumanon ang kamay, positive Trousseau sign. And these are signs of hypocalcemia. Okay? And then another one, what else pa, sir? Spasm. Okay? Mag-spasm ang mga muscles, guys. And the bronchus. Okay? So, we have your bronchospasm. So, that's why very common question in the board exam. What will happen kapag mag-spasm ang bronchus, ladies and gentlemen? Pag mag-spasm ang bronchus, plus we will have your constriction of the airway. So that's why common in the board exam. So share priority natin dito, sir. Airway is your priority. Okay? Ay, kaya pala, sir. And then possible also, guys, and then the tingling sensation. So the tingling, plus it will be around the mouth. Okay? So, we say tingling plus numbness, paresthesia, para kang tinsuk-tusok ng karayom. Yan ang tingling around the mouth, and we have your extremities. Common also sa mga extremities, guys. Okay, so by the way, guys, I would like to highlight here ang bronchospasm. So, lahat ng muscles mag-spasm. So, that's why, especially the bronchus, that's why airway is a priority. Okay? So, how about management, sir? So, of course, alam na natin the priority is airway. Drug of choice is calcium. Okay, gluconate. And of course, vital signs, we have the blood pressure. So, again, okay, I always tell you this. I always emphasize this one. Pag may hypocalcemia ang patient, which is a complication of thyroidectomy, airway is a priority. Okay, huwag kalimutan po yan. Okay, so let's go now to the last part, guys. Okay, ang last part natin is ang nursing management. This is now for the whole hyperthyroidism. So, I grouped this one into, guys, para mas madali sa atin. By the way, this is your Vostek sign. Shake, then mag-twitch. This is the Trousseau sign, BP, mag-spasm. Nursing management. So, our first goal, this is now our plan. Provide comfort and rest. So, I have a question. Ang patient natin dito, naiinitan or nalalamigan? A or B? Di ba naiinitan? Di ba? Heat intolerance. So, anong environment ang ibigay? Okay, it should be cool environment. Okay, cool environment. So, dapat parang Baguio, guys. Ang environment. Baguio City. Cool, restful environment. Okay? Yan. How about next? Ang room. Of course, private ang room. And of course, we have the clothing. So, anong klaseng clothing ang ibibigay, sir? So, of course, it should be light clothing. Light clothing and balanced activity and rest. Okay? Kailangan talaga ang pahinga din dito. Huh? Because the patient is hyperactive. The patient has insomnia. And of course, we have to promote sleep. Okay? So, that's why naalala ko, guys, in order to promote sleep na, guys, painumin ng gatas. Okay? So, you can have your milk. Okay? So, again, a restful environment. Parang staycation, parang ano, guys ba? Yung parang wala talagang mga noise. Okay? Or we have your noise-free environment talaga. Yan. Or hindi na mag-cellphone si patient kapag gusto niya matulog. So, ito lahat ng intervention na ito, ang goal natin, comfort and rest. Okay? So, ayan, fight. Our second goal is, of course, the diet. So, we all know the patient has increased appetite, no? So, and of course, the patient is hyperactive. So, we need a lot of calorie. Actually, the calorie is increased less than the normal calorie natin because the patient is hyperactive, so we need calories. So I get this one from, I think, Lippincott. And the protein, kailangan din i-increase ang protein natin, guys. So you know, meat, eggs, and your milk, those are protein. Fish and poultry, yun ang mga protein natin. Now, ito nang tanong ko sa inyo, guys. Ang patient's hyperthyroidism, diarrhea or constipation? Okay, we have to decrease the fiber class. This is related to your diarrhea. Okay? Dahilan diarrhea. And of course, avoid caffeine. These are very, very important things. Sir, bakit naka-red yan, sir? Siyempre, tumatanda na si sir. Makalimutin na. These are common board exam question, guys. So, look at this. Ang nursing management natin, nakadepende kung anong signs and symptoms. Right? So, bakit ibawal ang caffeine, sir? Palpitation, heart rate. Diba? Increase ng heart rate. So, bawal ang caffeine because of the possible palpitation. So, guys, you have to avoid the 3 C's. Okay? What are the 3 C's, sir? Coffee. Okay? Cola. At saka mga energy drinks. Cobra Sting. Pero of course, ang cola is your soft drinks. And we have your dark chocolates, guys. Okay? Especially the dark. It contains caffeine. Sa atin, sa Philippines, tablia. And the last one, number 3, monitor complications of corneal dryness. Sir, bakit magka-corneal dryness, sir? This is related to exophthalmos. So, hindi ma-close ang eyelids, no? So, that's why mag-dry ang cornea. So, anong gagawin natin dito, sir? Protect the eyes. So, that's why we have your shades. So, mag-shades tayo, guys. The UV protection ng mga shades. But, of course, very common is the artificial tears. Okay? Artificial tears, guys. Okay? And last is tape the eyes. So, baka magtanong, tape the eyes, sir? I encounter this one, guys. Especially, I'm also an educator for NCLEX and it came out, no? So, sa mga artificial tears, guys, like for example, IMO, or, guys, you go to your ophthalmologist. Sa akin, guys, we have Systane. Systane ang brand. But before, of course, we have IMO, Vicin, may mga ganun. But of course, you go to your ophthalmologist, guys. Okay? That is one way to prevent the dryness. Because once your cornea is dry, high risk kasi yan for eye injury. Okay? So, kapag hindi natin ma-close ang eyes, that is high risk for dryness. Okay? This is another complication. I would like you to highlight this one, thyroid storm. Okay? Thyroid storm. So, the other term for thyroid storm is you have your thyroid crisis. So, ang mga BON kasi sa Pilipinas, guys, mahilig silang gumamit ang mga other terms. So that's why I usually give other terms also because baka mawala ang sudyate. Ano ba tayong ano to? Or we have your thyroid crisis. Okay? Thyroid crisis. Okay. So what is this one, sir? This is a severe, exaggerated, life-threatening hyperthyroidism. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Lumala ng hyperthyroidism. Okay? Ano ba ito nangyari, sir? Example, kung may hyperthyroidism ka, tapos na-stress ka, ano yun? Mangyayari sa thyroid storm. Okay? Again, ha? Kunyari, may hyperthyroidism ako, guys. Na-stress ako, guys. May mga stressful circumstances. Di ba? Stress is everywhere. Okay? Ang traffic walang stress. Sayang ang oras na sa traffic. So that's why if you can have it plus online, go for online. Okay? Stress can reduce your brain activity and stress can impair your memory. Okay, so what are the example of stress here? Class, of course, you have your trauma or mga accident class. So, for example, may hyperthyroidism ka. So, it is stressful. Even the infection, okay? The pregnancy, it can be stressful emotionally. And guys, what I would like you to highlight here, class, is mga surgery class. So, one of the surgery is thyroidectomy. So, we have to take note of this one. So, that's why before thyroidectomy, kailangan talaga si patient, natin guys, gamitin natin ang mga therapeutic communication pang ng anxiety ni patient because once ma-stress si patient, lalala si hyperthyroidism. Anong tawag sa lumalalang hyperthyroidism? Thyroid storm. Or guys, even this one as mga dental surgery. Okay? Dental surgery. So, tooth extraction is a perfect example. So, pag magle-lecture ako guys, I usually give examples class because sa akin kasi guys, gusto ko kasi na hindi lang pang board exam yung lecture ko. Gusto ko na dala-dala nyo to hanggang sa US. Hanggang sa pagtrabaho, dala-dala nyo. Hindi lang hanggang board exam. So, kailangan ko talagang ma-imprint sa mind natin. So, example is tooth extraction. So, after this one, last slide na lang tayo, guys. Okay, and then we can continue with our program, no? Okay. So, sir, last slide. What are the signs and symptoms? The two common signs and symptoms is high temperature or hyperthermia. Okay. And the patient is having tachycardia. And this is high risk for dysrhythmias. So, itong delikado na ating thyroid storm class. So, that's why, di ba, bawal talaga ang mga caffeine. So, dahan-dahan na. Kayo guys, ilang kape ang maubos sa isang araw? Ilang kape? Okay, ayan. Dapat hindi ka lalakpas ng mga 4 na cups of coffee. Ako 2 lang ang sa akin guys. No? Okay pa yung 2. Okay pa yung 1. No? Huwag lang lumampas ng 4. Okay? Again, dysrhythmias is a possible sign and symptom and the nursing management for your thyroid storm. Priority still airway. Check the airway, the RR, the breath sounds. Okay? So you have to check those things plus the RR, the breath sounds of the patient. Kung wala bang mga abnormal na mga breath sounds, wala bang mga wheezing. Then PTU guys, this is 300 mg. Okay, that is propylthiouracil, referred to our notes a while ago. And the last one is oxygen as needed or as ordered. Okay? So this is as ordered. Okay, so ayan, hindi ko na lang kayo tatanungin pa guys ha. Pero guys, okay ba? Naintindihan naman ang lecture natin. Okay, if you have questions guys, free to chat. And back to you, Sir Ryan. Thank you, Ma'am Rachel.
Thank you, Sir Ryan. Guys, so we hope that you had gained a lot of insight for our discussion today. But before we're going to have our games, I'd like to introduce Sir Rex Walentan, the General Executive Manager of Hopkins Philippines. He has also led the development of Duolingo, and he's currently the Vice President for Special Projects of the Government Academic Industry Network. Sir Rex Walentan will be introducing to us the TOEIC. Please listen up for the presentation with regards to TOEIC because this is one of the English examinations that you can make use of after that you are done with your PNLE. And for those that of you who are interested of going outside of the country, this is one of the English examinations that you can use. Sir Rex, over to you, sir.
Yeah.
Hi, thank you, Miss Rachel. Hi, Sir Ryan. Okay, so here I'll just be sharing quick just about the TOEIC test. It is one of your options when you decide to go to the States. We administer 7 million tests a year, and we've been doing this for 50 years. TOEIC is now a CGFNS accredited test, and pretty much everything I have to say is just one slide. It is up to 80% cheaper than other English tests. So instead of paying 14,000, you can pay as low as 2,500. And I think naman we've been working with iPass for 2 years now. Wala naman nagkakaproblema. Everyone was able to get their credential even if it's much cheaper. And we've been around 50 years. That's why I say it kasi walang naniniwala. Why is it so cheap? But we've been doing this 50 years. Second, it's the easiest test. So two very big agencies have spoken to me. May test takers sila, bumagsak ng IELTS 5 times, pumasa po ng TOEIC 1 time. Also, may isang agency bumagsak OET 5 times. Their candidate passed first time with us. Second, you can take it separately. So you can take both halves of the test separately. So TOEIC is the test of English for international communication. It's been around since 1979, developed by ETS, so also does the TOEFL test and GRE test. Yung TOEFL, matagal nang kilala for nursing. It's been there for we've been doing it also for 70 years. So it's the same company that does TOEIC and TOEFL. So just the update is TOEIC was recognized by the USA as a test that you could use ever since 2 years ago. So we've been around 50 years, but this is quite new that it's been accepted to the States, but everyone's been successful. Many of the popular nursing placement agencies have already been talking about it. This is Worldwide Health Solutions. They say it's accepted to 35, but when we counted, it's around 45. So here's our list. So I think the most popular ones are here. Guam, New York, California. That's where most Filipinos go. Missouri, it's there. So where most most Filipinos go, we do have SCORE acceptance. The only test that has full acceptance all 50 states is TOEFL. So IELTS is actually not part of the list for the state of Maine. So 45 is pretty good. So again, we are the cheapest and easiest English test. So first I'll discuss. We are split into 2 sections. So IELTS is 12,000. Our TOEFL test is 12,000. IELTS is 12,000. PT is around 12. Our first half of the test is 2,500. That's just listening and reading. Our second half of the test, you can take it 1 or 2 months after, is about 6,500. So in total, we're 8,000. But you can take it a little bit at a time. So not all at the same time. So you can pass one section at a time. But you can start with the 2,500, which will also tell you how likely you are to pass the second half of the test. So you can do it on different months. See both Niner and iPass. We've been working with them. They've posted about TOEIC. Okay naman so far. It's been working for us. Second, it's the easiest test because you can take the sections separately. So you can do listening and reading on a January, speaking and writing on April. This is different than PTE. Iba po to sa PTE or IELTS. You have to take listening, reading, speaking, and writing all in one day. So medyo mahirap mag-prepare for IELTS, PTE, OET kasi all the sections sabay-sabay po yan. But TOEIC, pwedeng half-half lang. So pag ipasa mo na yung isang half, then you can take the other half on a different day. And if you fail, you only have to retake the part you fail. You don't have to take the whole thing again. So this is Yella. She can coordinate any testing for you. I think she's on the call. So this is what she told me last night. she was speaking to one of the nursing agencies. They said they also shared my 5 times failed sa OET and then passed nung nag-take ng TOEIC. So, sa OET, gumastos po siya ng 100,000 higit. But sa TOEIC, gumastos siya ng 8,000 and she passed successfully. We've had others for IELTS. And then I'll show you the reason why. So, when we talk about testing, and most people, 50% po will fail IELTS on their first attempt. That's from Avant. They're one of the popular healthcare providers here. Also, on most of the forums, you'll see marami pong bumabagsak first time. It's very common. So, how I would take the TOEIC, you could take it pa konti-konti. So, I'll take the first half in January, 2.5. And if bumagsak po, I can take it again in February, 2.5, so 5,000. And then kung bumagsak ulit, then I passed it in March. And then sana I take the speaking and writing half on April. So if I failed TOEIC 2 times, the total cost po is 14,000. But if I do a PTE or IELTS and I fail 2 times, the total cost is 42,000. Because our second or PTE, you have to take the whole thing in one go. TOEIC pwedeng pa konti-konti. So since marami pong bumabagsak first time, it's better to start with the cheapest test. And this is the cheapest test out of all the CGFNS tests. OET is up to 20,000. TOEIC is 2.5. And it's just easier for everyone. Second, I wonder if anyone can say we say mag-arrive ka ba? Diba? We say mag-arrive or mag-schedule tayo. Because what TOEIC words are, it's day-to-day, it's business English. So if you look at the words departure, hotel, budget, but sa IELTS, these are the words kasi it's academic. Social structure, hypothesis, experiment, variable, scientific method. Kasi po, yung TOEIC, pang business English, pang araw-araw. IELTS is academic. So, it's just different words, but TOEIC is more business English. It's the day-to-day things, which makes it easier to pass. Okay, last, we've been doing this 50 years, 7 million tests yearly. And I'll just be sharing testimonials. So here's Patrick. Our second, he said TOEIC is divided into 2 separate tests, which gave me more time in preparation for the next part. Our second, recommend the TOEIC test for your visa screen requirements. Let's see, next would be, this is Cheryl. She shared she successfully got her CGFNS in Guam. This is Patrick, clinical lab scientist in Nevada. Shannon, same thing. She says she was able to get her CGFNS requirements. This is Charisse. She got her registered professional nurse. Said, I highly recommend TOEIC because it gives you enough time to prepare because it is taken on 2 separate days. Malaking bagay po. That's a big deal so that you can only prepare for, one half of the test at a time. It's just easier. So Jillian, same thing. She got her CGFNS certificate. She said, what I especially liked was the flexibility to take the listening and reading and speaking and writing on separate days. This allowed her to schedule each section around her busy work life. So it's easier also if you fail, you won't be scared kasi 2.5 lang naman per section. And it will really tell you if you're ready for the second. And this is just the other stuff on the CGFNS website, the score requirements for nursing, practical vocational nurse. And I'll end. I think I'm on time. So why TOEIC? It's 80% cheaper. So you can start with 2,500. Number 2, it's the easiest test because the vocabulary is the one you use every day. Schedule, arrive, budget. Not like the PT or IELTS where they put scientific method, theory, evidence, results. Those are academic words. TOEIC uses business English words. So it's schedule, meeting, agenda, itinerary, etc. And lastly, it's the most popular test in the world with 7 million test takers yearly. So here is the official discount code for iPass. if ever you register for our test, we give you 10% off the listening and reading test. So if you use the referral code TOEIC IPASS. And I think we will raffle some 50% off vouchers at the end of this. And if you need test preparation, I think Niner does only review for 3,000 pesos. So we've had hundreds of nurses use this. And kung ayaw nyo po gumastos ng 100,000 like the person who took OET 5 times, mag-TOEIC ka na lang po for 2,500. So that's, I think that is how do you register. You go to our website on https://princeton.ph. You can register there or find us on Facebook. You can just type TOEIC Philippines or Princeton Assessments and Training. You can just find us there and register for the test. With the discount code, your first test will be only 2,250 pesos. And I think with that, that's it.
Thank you, Sir Rex, for the presentation. Maraming salamat po for providing additional information para sa mga future RNs natin dito sa Pilipinas. Thank you, Sir Rex. If you don't have any questions, you can also connect, guys, to the Facebook page of TOEIC. Ito po ang Facebook page po nila, TOEIC and TOEFL Philippines.
Yeah.
Princeton Assessment and Training INC. Ayan, follow nyo po para you can conveniently communicate with them if ever that andun na tayo sa stage na tapos na tayo sa pagiging PNLE, RN dito sa Pilipinas. Nagkaroon na tayo ng license and we're moving forward to our next goals, international goals.